Good thing I came out to check on my toast because I was like, oh, I think I turned it up too high, which I still have it too high. But I forgot to put the basket in and turn on the air fryer. So I'm making toast. I'm also gonna have this banana and cream chobani and then the garlic spread. And I'm also still making my AeroPress here. Okay, so all my meetings went over, so I'm actually like not really eating lunch at a specific time. But I did put the stuff in the air fryer when I took a bathroom break. I threw in a piece of chicken that I'm gonna cut up and put it on the salad for lunch, and then half the chicken for dinner. And then I also put in some fries, but they're kind of cold now, so. Because who the heck knows about traffic? I don't know, last time when I was trying to go to my business trip, that traffic was horrendous. So I don't want to risk anything, so I'm just gonna work from the airport. Got my salad here, saves me 20 bucks. Eats all the salad from my fridge, so I ended up putting 3/4 of a pack in here and then the extra quarter into the other bowl for lunch. And I'm like very stuffed right now, so I had also planned on like eating very, very late when I get into Detroit today, because there's like something I wanted to try by the hotel, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that now, especially because like calories and like eating that late. Anyway, talk to you later. Okay, I'm basically ready to go. I have to take out my trash, so that's important. And then I have everything packed and ready to go to the airport. And again, I just checked through the traffic and it looks like there's no traffic. So, okay, so I'm like just going to the airport, gonna grab a couple masks for the travel time and be ready to go. But yeah, I have a collection of masks just in case. I don't want to get stuck flat-footed again. So I have some that I have left over, and I like to fly with them just in general too, because the air is so dang dry in the airplane. So having this is also quite nice because it keeps your nostrils nice and I don't know what the word is, moisturized, humid. So I clicked wait and save and it said it would take like 20 minutes. The person's coming in 2 minutes. I jinxed myself because it only took me 20 minutes to get through like the checking of my ID, but the X-ray took forever.
Or in a compartment beneath or adjacent to.
Okay, I made it to Detroit. Gotta take the express tram to the luggage. I like how our newsstand in LaGuardia is BuzzFeed and they have L'Economist here. So I think I decided I'm gonna take the bus into the city rather than take a car. The car is gonna be like $47 and the bus is $2, and it's only like a 20-minute difference in arrival. To collect the 20-minute guarantee points, that stinks because it's already here. I just don't know where it is. Actually, no, the app was having a couple glitches. It told me baggage claim 4, but it's not there. That was like San Juan. Very much not coming from San Juan. So now on 8, which is where the sign said LaGuardia stuff was going to be. So I'm going to have to go back to 4 because my air tag is showing that it's over there by 4. But 4 legitimately said San Juan. So I guess trust the app and your air tag, not those signs at the airport. So like if you're not a member, I don't know how you get the info. So I'm going to try to find the ground transportation center, which looks like it's upstairs. So it looks like I have to go upstairs. Okay, just follow those lines. My sister said there wouldn't be signs. It's also not too bad. I now know what she means. There's no more signs. But my Google Maps says to go straight where the hotel shuttles are. So I'm gonna hope it's over here. Okay, I was talking big talk and my sister was right, I did have to call, but actually a helpful like person who works at the airport, like she wasn't like trying to give directions, she was like waiting for the shuttle bus, gave me directions. Basically it's right by the departures terminal place. You have to go up to the 6th floor and then you have to walk all the way to the very first number 1 door for the international check-in for Aero Mexico and Air France, and that'll be where the bus picks up. So the bus should be $2. The lady downstairs, very coded language, was like, I don't think you want to take the bus. And she's like, it'll just stop a lot of places, and it's just like, if you want to get there safely, don't take the bus. So I was like, I think I'm gonna be fine. So we'll see if I eat my words. She was like, the Uber should only be like $30. I was like, it's actually like 60 right now because of surge. So anyway, I'm going to try to take the bus. It should only take like 40 minutes. The most of the walking was actually in the airport. It's like 20 minutes of walking in the airport, and then it was like 40 minutes on the bus. So again, the car is going to take 35 minutes right now, so may as well take the bus. This is where it is, by the way. So I'm going to take the smart bus. By the way, this is also where the pickup is for the Michigan Flyer, which is like the shuttle bus between like the universities and the airport. So like University of Michigan and Michigan State, I believe, both have it. Okay, so I made it to Corktown, which is where the hotel is, but not a good sign, the sidewalk's closed. But it only took like 45 minutes to get here, so I'm just gonna go around quickly and hopefully people see me. The sidewalk ended up being closed a little bit further than I thought, so luckily there was like no traffic because of the rain, but that's kind of annoying. Okay, so this is the hotel. I'm staying at the Godfrey, which is a Curio Collection, so it's like a Hilton property. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's like brand new, but like outside is like nothing right now because it's raining and dark. It's quite nice. Okay, I'm on the 3rd floor, 349. Looks like there's a baseball player at the end. 345, ice maker, 347, 349. I'm at the Godfrey, which is part of the Curio Collection with Hilton. So Hilton doesn't allow you to get any credit for staying at it if you book third party. So I booked through Expedia. So the front desk person said that you can call them and see if they'll just allow me to do it. Because I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do a status match right now with Marriott, but to maintain my status, I have to stay at a Hilton for like 8 nights, 10 nights. So I was like, I thought this was gonna count. She said that they'd probably allow me to do it. But let me show you what I got here. It's a pretty nice room, actually. It's not huge. Some of the other hotels in Detroit were a lot larger. Like there was a Fairfield option, Hilton Garden Inn. Obviously the Renaissance is huge. It was a really nice location too. Okay, so this is the bathroom. So they got a couple of nice robes in here. They're quite nice, actually, very thick and plush. I will not be touching those. Well, I just touched them, but like parts of me. So in here is the bathroom. I'm sure this is like super interesting. They use the C.O. Bigelow soaps. Got the vanity set here, shower cap, body lotion, and this one is a, what is in this? Not entirely sure. Not your ordinary vanity set. Okay, it is just your ordinary vanity set. It has like Q-tips, facial rounds, sorry, and some nail files. Got a mirror. And then this is like very interesting wallpaper. Not as interesting as like the last hotel with like the weird UFO and stuff. Toilet. It is a fancy brand. No, just kidding, it's cooler. And then this is the shower situation. There is a little bit of a lip up, so if you have mobility issues, maybe you need to know that. C.O. Bigelow again in the bathroom. So in the shower, it is lime and coriander scent. So if you don't like cilantro, this ain't for you. Okay, so I'm back out here. So this is the bedroom area. So there's a huge mirror. Wondering if there's a, I was gonna say, I wonder if there's closet behind it. Yes. So the bathroom door swings shut. It's like a barn door situation, and then when you shut it, then you have the closet situation. So they have a handful of hangers in here. Looks like a ironing board, a luggage stand, all the irons up top. Oh, slippers. Oh my gosh, love slippers. Okay, I'm gonna use these because, you know, they're a nice plush slipper in here. And let me show you what these look like. I think this is like a 3-star hotel, maybe a 4-star, but they got plush slippers, so I'm gonna put these on real quick like. Okay, now I got my plush slippers on. I got an espresso in here, and it's the Vertuo one. It doesn't look like they got water in it, so I don't know if I'm gonna use it, if I'm being honest. But I mean, it's better than like a coffee pot, because people do weird stuff in those. I'm sure people do weird stuff in here. So it does look like it has a fridge. Yeah, it's on. Not super duper cold, it's probably just like a cooler. Over here we got some waters. I think those are probably complimentary, but I don't know. Fiji's usually expensive, even though it's just like water. And then the huge TV. And then the info here about the guest services. I am not going to the gym tonight. I kind of planned on it, but it got to be too late to get out of here because the airport was a long time. So it looks like the room service. Got a guide. Oh, they have some of the city guides. I always loved looking at these at hotels as a kid. Okay, so this is the safe and then the ice bucket. A couple of drawers here. I don't typically put my stuff in drawers. I just live out of my suitcase because I'm always a little bit worried there's bugs in them. Wastebasket. A nice desk chair. It also smells new in here, which is quite nice. A nice note pad and then a nice pen. My sister's probably gonna steal that. A lamp. A nice barrel chair, actually. It's like velvety to the touch. Yeah, it looks like nobody's really sat in it because there's not any like, you know how like velour stuff gets like weird? So it looks like the view isn't spectacular. You can't see anything right now, but it's just a parking lot. But over there is a bridge. And here is the bed. So I got the king size. They did have a queen, but you had to pay an extra $400 or something. So I asked my sister if it's okay if we can just like build a fort in between us. And she said it's fine. Looks like they have wireless charging. Got a couple of other charging situations here. A couple of 3-prongers and then 2 of these USBs. I don't know what that says. Oh, okay, got it. And then here is this a reading lamp? It is a reading lamp. Ooh, oh, it's so bright. It's like the police are interrogating me. Okay, so there is a reading lamp here by the, I just blinded myself, by the bed. But the bed is actually quite nice too. It's like very interesting. Little dusty back there, but that is what this looks like. So actually this is a pretty good hotel room. I think usually it's like maybe $300 a night, but I got a really good deal because my package ended up being $1,200 I think total, and I think I'm here for 4 nights and then my flight. So the flights to Detroit are actually quite expensive. So I got a pretty good deal on this hotel and flight combo. So I guess it's okay that they won't give me points. I asked the front desk worker, I was like, oh, actually I don't care about points. I was like, I just want to have credits for like staying here for a night because I'm just trying to get my challenge points. But yeah, I'm going to wash up and eat my salad. I haven't eaten it yet. Okay, so I thought these maybe were drawer pulls. I'm in here to wash my hands. The soap doesn't smell super cilantro, so I'm thinking this is just like regular soap. Yeah, it doesn't say that cilantro, but no, this is actually a towel rack, which is really nice because the last hotel I stayed in, all my colleagues and I were like, it sorely needs a towel rack. Oh, that's a weird place for the toilet paper. Can like kids reach that? I feel like if I'm sitting on the toilet, that's kind of a far reach for me. Like I'm leaning over to reach it. Little kids are never gonna reach that toilet paper. Oh, and then up here is actually a coat hanging spot. I think you can flip these down. Yeah, you can flip all of these down. That's actually quite nifty. And it's like very practical. The most glamorous of dinners. I have the other 3/4 of the cashew salad from Costco that I bought. And I threw some chicken on there. And I also packed myself some utensils. So honestly, this probably would have been 20 bucks in the, what's it called, the airport. Maybe even more. Okay, so as I was talking to my dad, I put my clothes here. I definitely need to iron because like, what the heck? But I would say that with the ironing board in here, it's a little narrow and there's really not that many hangers. So I had to get creative. So all my pants are hanging like in here with underneath this shirt because I was like, want to leave a couple hangers for my sister. Anyway, so that's what's here. I also don't know if I showed you this. There's a lady here, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just give you what happened today since I last checked in with you from my apartment. So I think I told you this, but I did the wait and save because I was trying to save money. So originally I had planned to take the bus over to LaGuardia, but then I was just like, it's too much time now because all my meetings went over and I had a lot of work to do. I have so many deadlines tomorrow actually. So anyhoozle, I took a car. So I did the wait and save to save like $6 or something. And it was like, you might need to wait up to 20 minutes. No. She was there in 2 minutes flat. So that was great. Like I saved so much money and got a ride in like less time than it was going to take just to take the regular. We made really good time to the airport. It took 20 minutes from the time that I shut my door in my building to my apartment and locked it to the point where I was giving the guy at TSA my card to prove my identity, ID card, and then like putting my stuff on the conveyor belt. That was like 20 minutes, and that was great because I checked my bag and everything. However, once I got through that part, the x-ray machine was what took so long. I don't know if there was like a heightened security threat or something today, but I have pre-check, and everybody else in the same line had pre-check, but they were taking like 2 to 3 minutes per little like bucket of stuff, suitcase or something. You know how you put out the x-ray buckets? They were taking 2 to 3 minutes per bucket. So there were so many buckets because everybody was like, except for me, was going with like 2 buckets worth of stuff each. So it took a long time, 10 to 15 minutes to go through that part. I was like, dang, what the heck? That's so weird. And then I was like sweating bullets because like after I got pulled over for secondary questioning with a piece of pizza at Logan Airport, also through pre-check. I don't know why, but Logan always gets you with like food because the guy behind me had a family size of Skittles, and he's like, sometimes I get hungry on the plane. This is my plane snack. They're like, I get it, man. But for me, they were like, what is this? I said, a piece of pizza. They said, it looked really weird on here. Can't you see what it looks like? I was like, I don't know. It looks like a piece of pizza to me. I was like, I guess it's like kind of a weird piece of pizza. It had like zucchini on it, but I was like, I didn't think it was like that weird. It had like zucchini and peas, so it was a little weird. But it still was pizza. So they like laughed when they pulled it out of the container. So I always travel with liquid IV. So it comes in pouches and it probably looks like powder, obviously on x-ray. But then today I was also like, oh, just because I'm going to be at the airport for so long, and like if I get bumped or something, I want to have a snack. I don't want to pay money at the airport. So I also put some beef sticks in my bag with like on the side compartment of my backpack with my liquid IV. So I was like, that's going to look so weird on x-ray. Like I kind of like, it's going to look weird. It's like a handful of packets of powder and then like 3 or 4 beef sticks. So anyway, I was on my own way over to like, you know, the not the nice part of the terminal, but not like the worst part of the terminal. I got a lot of work done actually, but they changed my gate like 3 times. And good thing I missed a couple of them because a few of them are like in the bad part of the terminal where I would have had to like walk a really long way to go like the other side. I missed those because I was like really into my work, you know, like really getting stuff done. So luckily I didn't move my butt. So when they finally gave us another one, then I moved to there because that was where the penultimate gate was. After I got seated, they suddenly made the announcement. I had tried to get it on camera, I didn't do it, so I probably won't even include the clip. Basically, they were prioritizing like a payload prioritization. Actually, that's a very interesting career path, so you could work in NASA too. But anyway, because of that, they weren't allowing people to gate check bags. So they basically made the announcement that were like, you know, like the opposite of if it fits, it ships. Or no, the same as the fits, it ships. So if you were trying to board the flight after a certain point and there was no more overhead space and you had a roller board, they said your options were to leave it behind at LaGuardia, or you also don't get on the plane with your bag and you go on the next flight. And I was like, dang, that stinks. So I didn't think really anything of it. I was just like minding my own business, typing away on my keyboard, doing some more work. People in the back row, because I was like second to back, but the back row people got on. So this guy was like real chatty. He was like real chatty. He was talking with the older couple next to him about like life and stuff. And I was like, oh gosh, this is gonna be a long flight. Because like I could tell the guy was on something, right? He was like, so how do you like New York? They're like, oh, well, we actually haven't ever been there. We're only like transiting here from the upstate, like blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I come here all the time. And they're like, oh, you do? They're like, how often? He was like, well, like 2 to 3 times per year. I was like, that's not all the time. Because at that point, then I go all the time to Boston. We get to the point where we're like pulling away from the gate. We're like almost at the end of like the taxiing tarmac. So yeah, we're almost done taxiing. And I was like, wait, I never got a notification from Delta that my bag made it on the flight. So I looked it up on my AirTag app and I was like, oh my gosh, it didn't make it on the flight. Cause like I'm looking at it and like we're at the very end of the tarmac, and then at the very other end is like Flushing Bay. My suitcase is sitting still right there. And we're like very far away, like a mile away. And I was like, well, that's what it is, I guess. So then I opened my Delta app because Delta app hasn't been working for the past week or so. It like hasn't been refreshing properly or anything, which has been kind of a bummer because I've been trying to do stuff. So I opened that and finally it updates and it says that my plane, like my suitcase had made it on the plane. But I was like texting my sister already being like, oh my gosh, my suitcase didn't make it. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go shopping tomorrow. And she was like, yeah, it's fine. Let me know if you need anything. So I was like, I'll let you know if I land it is not at the terminal or like at the baggage carousel. So the guy asked the couple behind me again how they like New York City, and then they went in the whole conversation again. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's like on something. He for sure is on something. And I just kept going, and he kept like giving the same story about it. His favorite neighborhood, by the way, is Hell's Kitchen. So anyway, we're still taxiing. By the time we finally lift off, I like opening the window shade because I get a little claustrophobic. That's why I like sitting in the window. Otherwise, I get a little bit nervous. So I was like looking out a little bit. So I opened the window shade a little bit. The guy behind me like starts opening his window shade. He opens it so much he pulls off the window shade from the airplane. It's the same guy who keeps talking and asking the couple behind him how they like New York City. So I was like, oh my gosh, he for sure is on something. There's no way. He was like, oh my gosh, this is like the first time this has ever happened to me. And he like talked about it for the flight is only 53 minutes. He like said that like 30 times at least. So anyway, he spends like a long time as we're still ascending. We haven't even we're still like this. They're not even like this. We're still like this. Unbuckles his seatbelt and suddenly I feel him like underneath my chair crawling around, and I look behind me because there's like a little tiny crack in between the seats, and I see his head bobbing up and down back there. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was like, why aren't the flight attendants being like, sir, get back into your seat? What are you doing? Because we're going into turbulence. So anyway, he's like crawling around. He must have lost something of the window shade. Who knows? So he's crawling around back there. We're still going up like this. I'm sitting here being like, oh my God, is he going to pop out underneath my legs? Because that'll be like weird as heck. And I'm going to probably kick him in the face and break his nose. But I think I have a valid reason to do it because that's scary. But yeah, so we're continuing going up. So then he continues asking them like whatever about how they like New York, and then talking about how much stuff costs and stuff like that. But it's also like, you can just sit and read your book. They don't do drink service or anything because it was a short flight, and also because we were supposed to hit turbulence, but they told us when we were taking off that we were only going to hit turbulence once we came into Detroit because of the storm, but they said it was going to be like smooth sailing from LaGuardia. But then they finally came around with the bags of chips. So I was like apparently looking down at the one moment the guy glanced at me, so everybody in my row got chips except for me, and the guy next to me looked over, he like saw me looking sad, and he's like, don't worry, I got you. So he got me a bag of chips. But that happened. So then we land really early. So we were supposed to get in. I think we ended up getting in like 20 minutes early, which was pretty good. But they weren't ready for us or something. They didn't say that they weren't ready because sometimes they say that, which is fine. But it's also like we didn't really get in early through the airport. It takes a long time. We were also on the farthest gate away possible. So had to take the tram, showed you that. I did not get lost at that point. Went to the luggage terminal space. So in my mind, I was like, gotta go to baggage carousel 8 because that's what they announced on the airplane. Okay, so then I'm getting like to the point where I'm like getting to the escalators or whatever, down from the air train thing, and then I get the text or the alert from Delta saying that my baggage is at carousel 4. So I was like, that's weird. They told me it was at 8. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to 4. So then I went to 4, and then on the 4 terminal, like, you know, there's like computer screens where it says like these flights are going to be here. Yeah, so it was like San Juan and like Phoenix and San Diego and something. Anyway, it was nowhere near the east coast of like the northern east coast. Like San Juan is kind of east. It wasn't anywhere there. So I was like, that's weird. But I got the text saying that my bag is at 4, and like Delta has a pretty good system. Like they have a pretty good system in knowing and tracking where things are. That's weird, but I'm gonna go check where I'm actually supposed to be. So I look on like the screens and it says like this flight number, you know how that works. So I was like, go to 8. So I went to 8, and I'm standing there and I was like, there aren't any bags coming off of this carousel. There's like 3 bags that are spinning, but those have been here for a long time. My gut, I was like, I think Delta knows where my bag is. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to 4, and if it's not at 4 after I stand there for a few minutes, I'm gonna go ask somebody for help. So then I decided that I'm gonna take the bus. So the bus is only about 45 minutes from the airport to where my hotel is, which is like right in Corktown, which I guess is like a few stops away from like the downtown. It's only $2, but you have to pay by cash, or an app, but I wasn't gonna download an app for a vacation. So anyways, $2. And then I looked at the surge pricing on Lyft and Uber. It's like $60 almost. I think it was like $57 plus you got a tip, so it's gonna be like $60. And it was gonna take 37 minutes. So I was like, I'm gonna chance it on the bus. So I followed the signs, I showed you this, and I was like, okay, I know where I'm going. This is good. There's so many signs. So I followed the signs all the way to ground transportation. Apparently they don't consider ground transportation to be a bus. So I go there and I'm looking in this like rideshare pickup, scheduled pickup. I was like, no, that's not it. So I was like, buses probably are by like the hotel shuttles because those are a pretty big vehicle, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. Prior to that, my sister was like, just so you know, it's gonna be like hard to find, so call me if you need help. And I was like, I got this, I don't need help. So I keep walking around, finally get past the metro cab thing, and then keep walking past to the hotel shuttles, and I go there and I'm like looking, and I was like, those look like bus stops, but they're not bus stops. So luckily there was like a lady with like one of those highway construction vests on, and she was like holding a 12-inch Subway sandwich. She's like, miss, where are you trying to go? And I was like, I'm trying to find the public transit bus, the smart bus. She's like, oh, she was like, you don't want to take that. I said, I do want to take that. I was like, I'm going to downtown. It should be quick and easy. She's like, no, so you don't want to take that. So I was like, oh, okay, got it. Coded racism, got it. She was like basically telling me that it was going to be super dangerous and I was going to die on that bus. And she was like trying to explain to me how buses work. She's like, just so you know, that's like a bus. So it's going to make stops and people are going to get on. I said, yeah, I mean, I take the bus all the time. It's fine. She's like, no. She's like, it's like people are going to get on. And I said, yeah, it's fine. I get it. It's a bus. It's a public bus. It's $2 and I get it. She's like, no, I think you really should get an Uber because you're going to get there in one piece and you're not going to have to worry about like people getting on your car. It's going to be private. I said, no, I think it's fine. I promise you, I think it's fine. She's like, okay, I mean, if you really want to like take your life in their hands. I said, yeah, I think it's fine. She gives me the directions and she was like talking for like a minute and a half about all the directions. So don't go to ground transportation. Once you get to the baggage carousel, go up to where the departures is, and then once you get up to the top of that escalator, the first one that I showed you, there's going to be a lady there like pointing like everywhere because that's going to be like where a security line is. And if you go up the other escalator, that's where TSA pre-check is. So follow that. So I followed that. I finally figured it out. Go to 6th floor. So I skipped a step actually. To get out of the parking structure where the ground transportation is, you have to take an elevator up to the 6th floor, which is the departures floor. And then after that, you end up basically where I was already showing you originally, that first escalator that I took. That's where the departures are. So off to one side is like TSA, and then there's like a sign like goes upstairs for TSA pre-check. So you gotta follow that one. And then once you go up there, then you're gonna be at the check-in desks for all of the different airlines. So then you have to follow, my sister explained it the best. She said, if once you go outside of the departures terminal area, where the people are getting dropped off, she said walk to the very end of it where you're going to see the people enter in their cars for the first time. You're going to be walking against traffic basically to the end, and that's where you're going to pick up all your buses. I was like, okay, great. Yeah, so the bus was so easy. It was like legitimately, I think 45 minutes. Nobody really got on the bus, so the lady was wrong. 2 people got on the bus and they also got off the bus like 2 stops later. So I didn't feel unsafe or anything. We did run a couple of red lights though, so I don't know. That was the only unsafe part. But then the bummer was once I got off at my stop, the sidewalks was closed, so I told you that already. So I made it here, it was fine. I think it would have been a little bit more scary if it wasn't rainy. I know that's kind of counterintuitive, but I don't think so many people are driving because of the rain. So I was able to walk dangerously on the street past the sidewalk closure, because otherwise I would have had to run across the street to the baseball stadium and then run across the street again. But yeah, anyway, I'm here now. And I am going to bed. Oh, that salad was actually really good. So I made it with that Tyson's chicken breast that I got from Costco. It was like the panko breaded one. And then the Asian cashew salad. When you mix them together, it tastes exactly like the Applebee's Asian salad thing that they have, except for it's like $4 rather than being $20 or whatever it is. So money saving tip there. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed soon, actually. I'm pretty tired. It's only like 10 o'clock though, and I just ate my dinner, but I'm gonna go to bed. I only have this water left because I can't tell if that Fiji water is free or not, and I also don't know if I can drink the water because I know Flint has bad water. I don't know about Detroit, and I did not find the gym to go update, as it's called, fill up my water, so yeah. So with that long story, I think I'm gonna say that this is like a story time video about my trip to Detroit, because I don't know, maybe I didn't tell a very good story, because that situation on the plane was like, I don't think I've encountered any of this weird stuff happening in a while. There was one time when I was flying back from Korea, and I'm pretty sure the lady behind me was a mule, because it's a long flight. It's like 15, 16 hours. She didn't get up one time to go to the bathroom. She didn't eat or drink anything, and she had been connecting from like someplace in Southeast Asia. And I was like, she was also getting really sweaty at the end. So my gut is saying from watching my border security, she may have been a mule. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna sign up for today and just start a new vlog tomorrow when I am working from the hotel and then a cafe probably and everything like that, exploring Detroit with my sister. So see you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm ready for bed, but so I just called the front desk. The water is safe to drink here, and the 2 water bottles on the desk are complimentary. Anything after that you have to pay for. So they told me that as well. So anyway, now I know I don't have to ration this water out because I am thirsty. So I very much lied. I'm showing you all the lights. So I already showed you this reading light, which is pretty nifty. You can either put it out all the way, flip it around, but as soon as it's a little bit out of the little pocket, it turns on. So gotta be careful about that. And then these side lamps turn on by the light switch by the door. The middle one turns on all of the lights, and then the side ones turn on various different lights. But you can also turn on these individually on the side here, and they have like a dimmer switch. So it takes a little bit of time to warm up, but then they get really bright. And on top of that, this side of the bed, the side by the bathroom here, has the light switches to turn on the backlights and turn on the sconce over there. So I was looking for this earlier and I could only find it by the door in the bathroom. So that is where that one is. I don't know what this one does actually. Yeah, I still don't know what that one does. But anyway, that's there. I couldn't get this to work, but maybe it's just my phone. I've never tried wireless charging, so maybe it's, again, just my phone that's not working properly. But that's what the light situation looks like here. And then over here, this is also on a dimmer, and you can turn it on like so. Hope I didn't blind you. But yeah, now I'm going to bed.